Are you ready?
A Shot of Wrestling, episode 333. And away we go.
Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot. Oh, so take a shot. Oh, yeah. I'm a street breaker. I'm a heartbreaker. This is my dawn. I'm Ramon Rizza. Rick Flair, ain't your boy. About to seek and destroy. It's an SOW. Let me hear you make noise. Take a shot, boy. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Shot of Wrestling. I'm your host, at Michael J. Putty, reporting safely from land. Joining me today, my co-host, one of my closest friends, my brother from another mother, Mr. Marcus Davenport Schwann III. Welcome back, buddy. How you feeling?
Wow. One of your closest friends. I love that, man. I love hearing that because I consider you like a brother as well. It's weird, though, for you to say that, considering how you treat me and the things you talk about me on commentary on BCW. It doesn't sound so brotherly, my man.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just call it like I see. I'm there to see a call what I'm seeing, and I'm doing that. Stole a championship. You went behind the governor's back. I don't want to keep repeating.
Stole a championship.
I don't want to keep repeating ourselves here. We'll get more into this, by the way, in a Shot of BCW coming up. Stay tuned to this very feed. But yeah, you know what happened? I just said we're reporting safely from land. I've been glued to this fucking submarine story all week long. You know,
You and my business partner, actually. My business partner's been obsessed
with this story. Because anytime you hear a story about somebody getting trapped, I, for some sick, weird reason, put myself in that position.
I think that's what he does, too, because he says he's claustrophobic.
Yes.
So, like, this is why he's just so fascinated with this.
I always felt like I was...
Is that the case for you?
I always felt like I was semi-claustrophobic. But as I'm getting older, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I need to move my limb. I need some range of motion. I need to walk around. Like, elevator, I'm fine. But not submarine? No way. Whose game is it?
Small one, too.
Not mine. Ugh.
It's not even like a real submarine. It's like a small minivan type, as they described it, fitting 5 people.
Yeah, there's a difference between a submarine and a submersive vehicle. This was a submersive vehicle. And I would just picture myself for some random reason sitting there trapped because it's locked from the outside, like on the ocean floor, pitch black, freezing cold. I was just so scared for these men. And thankfully, I hate to say thankfully, because they all died, but apparently what we're hearing is they all died before they knew they were dying. That's how quickly it happened.
So Pat McAfee on his show, like they showed... what's the pressure called? The
PSI?
Yeah, of like 1. Mm-hmm. And it was insane. Like it just like it's like this big tanker just like that, like nothing. Right? But this was like 375, I think it was.
The strongest PSI pressures per square inch, thank you, again at Past Science, is the great white shark. His jaw. Mm-hmm. This was greater than that.
Right. So what does that look like? Like, that's insane.
Yeah, and I've seen some animations of what it would look like. I think it might show you one. Everyone's circulating the same one. But they're saying at that amount of pressure, at that depth, whatever depth it was, but that amount of pressure, and the human's brain's reaction time, the brain reaction time is longer than what it would take for that thing to implode.
Wow.
So
they had no idea.
They had no idea. It was quick and painless.
Wow.
I don't know about painless, but it was quick.
If they didn't have the mind frame to react, like you can't feel pain then. Like you're dead.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just boom.
Boom. That's oof. It's better, but worse at the same time. Like, Jesus. I was following every story, refreshing the news pages every couple of minutes, what's going on. So, we were hoping for a miracle. You knew it wasn't going to happen, but you were still hoping somehow. But
and they're never going to find him. They're never going to find this thing.
Well, they found it. They don't know if they'll ever be able to recover.
They found debris.
Yeah, but
they did find it. Is that updated as of today?
The debris field. Most of it is still intact. Mm-hmm. The rear end, I think it was called. I don't forget the technical terms. I watched this press conference giving all these terms I've never heard of before. But the main part of it is still in one piece. I think they said.
Interesting. Fascinating.
So
So what do you think? What was the banging they heard? Because apparently the reports that you heard about that they heard banging.
it could have been anything. They said it could have been vehicles nearby. It could have been the Titanic itself, like settling or moving with the tides.
Is it Jack Dawson? It's Jack Dawson, isn't it? He's fucking alive. I knew it.
Okay. There was room in that door. He shouldn't be dead.
Room in that door? No, he shouldn't. R.I.P. Jack. I have my own theory.
Anyway, so I'm trying to be more positive, celebrate life. So yes, let's celebrate life. Let's have it be good. Let's not be so negative. Let's have a good show, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to have a good show.
Are you? You're always negative and grumpy.
Negative and grumpy?
But you're drinking tonight, so that might help the show along.
Yeah, for once, I have nothing to do tomorrow. Let's go.
You mentioned earlier you returned to managerial position. How does that feel? How was it like riding a bike? How did that feel for you?
I mean, dude, it felt great to be back out there again with the women's champ, Vicious Vicky. First title defense against Danny Mo, someone that I chose on this show as one to watch in 2023, right? Queen of the North, no woman that's one Queen of the North has lost that reign to become a champion. Like, they've all become champion at that point. Danny Mo, though, unfortunately, streak's over for her. Streak's over for Queen of the North in general because Vicious Vicky retained, baby. Happy to say. Great show all around.
Now, if I was in commentary, I'd be like, that's a very douchey thing to say. You seem like a prick saying that, like rubbing it in her face. You're just a natural asshole, I guess. That's a compliment. Congratulations.
Well, I mean, it's a glorious moment. Like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, sorry, Danny Mo, sorry. I mean, hell, she put on a great fight. She put up a great fight because she's a fantastic athlete. She's a fantastic competitor. But Vicious Vicky is a survivor, though.
What did Vicky do on Monday?
That's what she does.
The next day.
What did we do?
What did Vicky do the next day? Yeah.
Vicky went out to celebrate. She continued celebration with her boyfriend and her new dog, Champ. Very lovely dog.
It's funny because Danny Mo was on Raw. It's funny. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing for your client here? Danny Mo was on Raw. I'm just saying, you gotta step your game up, Marcus. Step your game up. First one out of the gate.
Danny Mo's face was not on Raw. She was a background. Yeah,
but isn't that crazy?
Vicky doesn't.
Isn't that crazy?
Vicky doesn't do background.
I am going to cut you off. I usually don't, but I'm going to cut you off. Isn't it crazy? You didn't see her face, but you knew it was her. That hairstyle. So like, that's Danny Mo, huh?
Right?
Like, you didn't see her face. It was good for her. Congratulations. But any little bit helps. Any screen time is good time, right, Marcus?
Hey, respect to Danny Mo. Good spot for her to be on Raw, but let's face it, back. Vicious Vicky is a star, right? That's why I promised her. That's what she is, quite frankly. And you know what? Some people are happy being a background performer. I've talked to plenty of background people. I've done background myself. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you have aspirations for more, when your goals are higher, then you have to put in a little bit more work, and that's what Vicious Vicky is doing. Enough,
please. Show some respect to the former Queen of the North. Anyway,
I'm showing respect to her.
Enough. Hey, Marcus, what was trending this week?
Okay. Well,
by the way, you're drinking. I'm drinking. Cheers. Good one of those shows. Cheers. Have a good show.
Cheers. Let's do it up.
The weekend.
Some news about NXT here. Russell Pierce, according to WON, there are plans for more major stars to work NXT like Seth Rollins did this week. One name that was at least talked about was Ronda Rousey, or perhaps even having Rousey and Baszler defend the women's tag titles there. Now, buddy, as we saw on SmackDown, that obviously looks like it's going to be the case.
Good, yeah.
And we kind of knew that with Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler unifying the women's tag team titles. But does bringing Ronda to NXT make sense at all?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it? Perfect sense. Keep going. Big stars going down to NXT. Talked about it a couple weeks ago. Big names on NXT. We're going to help with TV rights. Make it establish its own kind of brand. And she's not going down there for shits and giggles. She's going down there to defend a championship. I don't think she'll go down there anytime soon. Again, because there's no real credible tag teams that are believable to beat them. Maybe establish next couple weeks some sort of tag team division going on. Maybe push Legend and Jackson and Metaphor. Great name, by the way. Yeah, so that definitely makes sense. She has to. She's champion. Put more eyes on that product. People like you, or like Ronda Rousey fans, not like you, but Ronda Rousey fans are going to watch NXT because she's on there. Or at least watch the clip on YouTube's. Yeah, I don't see how this doesn't make sense.
I think it doesn't, actually. It doesn't. It does and it doesn't. It does in the sense that, hey, you want ratings business-wise. You want ratings. You want people to keep eyes on NXT. You want people to talk more about NXT. Absolutely. Ronda Rousey, whether you love her or hate her, she is still very much a draw. Her name captures attention from outside of WWE along with people inside WWE. That's the name factor. That's the star power that she brings to the table. Now, why it doesn't make sense is because of exactly what you said. There are no tag teams. There are no real teams in NXT as of right now. And I understand your sentiment as far as like building the division up a bit, but then how long does it mean Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are going to be a tag team for, or hold the belts for? You know what I mean? Because it's not necessarily like there's a whole bunch of teams ready to fight the champions here on a main roster. You only have a handful of teams. So like, how far can this go? How much time does it take to build the division in NXT from scrap, pretty much?
No, that's the last couple of weeks they've been putting teams together. They're starting control the elite. So there are some teams forming. There are, like I said, Last Legend. You got my girl Elektra Lopez in the team. The established team of those two women, I couldn't think of their names.
What's a team right now you think is ready to go? NXT, right off the top of your head.
Ready to go, as in
to face Ronda and Shayna.
Nobody.
No, nobody.
What
are we talking about?
I can't think of a team on Raw or SmackDown either. So question.
Right.
So let me volley a question to you, or pickleball question back to you. There are no teams believable to beat this duo. So do they have a long reign and destroy everybody? Or does
what does that do for the division then?
Exactly. Or does one team get like a Cinderella victory and upset and win the championship? Either way don't make sense to me. So I think they're kind of backing themselves in a corner here. Right.
I think this whole division is fucked. It's just, unless you have some sort of 2-3 month rivalry here. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to volley the championships back and forth, but make it believable. It doesn't necessarily have to be a clean finish. It doesn't even have to be an actual finish at all in the first match or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one team right now that could tell a story, and we're going to touch into this later on in the show, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, because as commentary mentioned earlier in the night, they never lost to championship belts. So there's a story right there altogether. And then you have also Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey's history. So there are layers in there, and it can go even further in that as the story progresses. So if anything, that would buy time to build the division in NXT and in the main roster. My opinion.
No, that works. I totally agree. They need to do something though, because I don't see Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler losing anybody offhand. They need to establish some sort of team, a threat. That's what they're looking for. I don't know if you take a main eventer and give them a tag team briefly, but then you're back in the same situation of who can beat the main event players. So I don't know what they're doing here. Don't know. I'm interested to watch. I'm gonna go along for this ride. Where it takes me, I don't know.
I do like the aspect though of them bringing champions down to NXT though. I think it is a smart move. We saw Seth Rollins do it. It definitely elevated Braun Breaker quite a bit, my opinion. I don't necessarily think Ronda Rousey has to be the next one just because she won the NXT. They won the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships because, as you said, again, there's no teams right there to contend. So obviously, I think the next choice right now to go on down there would be Gunther.
Okay,
I think Gunther would be a great choice to defend his championship down there.
Against.
Or
maybe Austin Theory.
Theory.
What's he doing lately?
But he Austin Theory has though. Has he not? Has he gone down there since
he left? No.
No? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He went back down there after he was Seth Rollins'
protege. Yes,
protege, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, that's where he started.
Right. That's what I was thinking when he went down.
He bypassed NXT altogether. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He was with The Way.
No, he bypassed NXT to be Seth Rollins' protege or disciple for a minute, and then because he also started with Zelina Vega and Andrade for a while. Then he went back to NXT and joined The Way.
Either way, it is, I think, a smart move for ratings going forward. I don't think they should make it a regular thing, but every now and then it will help. Moving on, Putty. Actually, Putty, that's all I have for news.
Really?
Quick and easy, huh?
You want to talk crap about Danny Mo some more? Or you want to move on to TV?
No, listen, you're talking like I hate Danny.
TV it is.
I have nothing.
It's time for this week's TV Takedown.
You ready? You good? You calm?
Yeah.
Can we get into this? Television, Marcus. What was trending this week?
All right, Putty. Well, let's
Danny Mo
start
on
off
Raw?
with Monday Night Raw.
Danny Mo?
You're obsessed. I didn't necessarily know you were such a big Danny Mo fan, man. Anyway.
I have an eye for talent. All hail the queen.
Okay. She's no longer the queen. So there were two things going on a Raw that were trending quite a bit. So I want to get into this, buddy. Trish Stratus.
Finally. Here we go. Let's talk about this.
Finally.
Finally.
You asked about this, and here we go.
Perked up.
Vin at Who is Vindictive. Oh,
Great
cool
name,
cat.
Vin.
Cool.
Great name.
Yeah, I like that. Never thought that I would see Trish Stratus in a Money in the Bank match. Hashtag WWE MITB. Hashtag MITB. Yeah, dude, I never thought so either. Hell of a showing on there. I didn't expect to see her in that matchup. That's going to be interesting to see. But also, someone else made quite the impression on Monday Night Raw with LA Knight.
Yeah.
PW Chronicle at _PW Chronicle. Saw what you did there. LA Knight roasting Logan Paul on the mic is exactly what that segment needed. Knight is so over right now. WWE have to pull the trigger and make him Mr. Money in the Bank. I mean, dude, you hear the reactions with him even tonight on SmackDown, him against Rey Mysterio. I mean, he's just incredibly over. It's insane. So, Putty, I have to ask, Money in the Bank is coming up. Who is most likely to win their respective Money in the Bank match, Trish Stratus or LA Knight?
LA Knight. Yeah. Easy. Without question. No way Trish Stratus wins this. No way. No way. No way. Absolutely no way.
No way. No way.
No way. You're a smart wrestling fan. Look at the card. It's Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, and why am I blanking on her name? Becky Lynch. Wow. Okay, I think they're her real name for some reason. So that's a built-in storyline already. So that's going to take most of that story during that match. So you have Bayley and Io Sky and Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega's not winning. So I've seen Bayley and Io Sky. Coin toss. From what we're reading online, Io Sky is probably the front runner. But yeah, look at the men's card. LA Knight all day, all night. Yeah. There's a wrench thrown into the cog with this Logan Paul situation. And what did LA Knight say about Logan Paul?
Oh, what did he say?
He makes TikTok videos for like 14-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Haven't I been saying
exactly.
that to you for the last 3 years? That's what TikTok is for teenage girls. So yeah, there was a report like 2 weeks ago how their front runner was LA Knight making the rounds online. But somebody within the creative team said we're all going to look stupid when the winner is announced. And then they announced Logan Paul is in the match. Does Logan Paul screw LA Knight out of this briefcase and win the briefcase? That would give him more heat than he already has. He doesn't need more heat, but this will give him more heat and more sympathy and crowd reactions for LA Knight, yeah. So, I mean, LA Knight's the front runner for me out of those two. I think the men's comes down to LA Knight or Logan Paul.
I think it's going to be Logan Paul. For sure in this one. There's a lot of people pushing for LA Knight to be the winner for this. I think the fan reaction is there. I would love to see LA Knight win this.
Yeah.
However, Vince McMahon is very much in control of creative, as Ricochet has pointed out in an interview, as we've been seeing with the changes to Raw, now SmackDown. Vince McMahon is anti LA Knight, and so therefore I do not think LA Knight's going to win this. I think actually what's more likely is what the question is. I'm not definitely saying that Trish Stratus is going to win. I think because of those things going against LA Knight, I think Trish Stratus is more likely to win than LA Knight will be. However, yes, I do think that Io Sky, I think, could be the favorite here for this, to play on a rivalry possibly with her and Bayley while she holds the briefcase. I think there's going to be a dissension in the ranks there between her and Bayley. But it's very possible Trish Stratus can find her way to winning. I mean, like, what else has she done? What's the other accomplishments that she hasn't done except for winning Money in a Bank match? And I know Becky Lynch is in the same category. I know Becky Lynch, she definitely wants to win that briefcase. It may come down to one of them and you could still continue that rivalry.
She's a Hall of Famer. She's the GOAT, the best of all time. No disrespect to your girl, Charlotte Flair, but she's the best of all time. She doesn't need to win Money in the Bank here. She doesn't need to win another championship.
But how many times have we seen somebody that doesn't need to win it have won it? John Cena, perfect example, didn't need to win it, but has won it. Brock Lesnar didn't need to win it, but he's won it. Like it's happened time and time again. It doesn't. You don't just see.
Brock Lesnar kind of needed to win it to just advance that storyline going to WrestleMania.
But like they could still advance the storyline. Hell, Trish Stratus could cash in against Rhea Ripley like the night after, and then the feud between her and Becky could be for the women's championship. I mean, there's different possibilities that could happen there. That's what I say. What's most likely to happen? I think that over LA Knight, unfortunately.
Agree, disagree. Want to make a bet on this?
Fair enough. I'm putting money on this, huh?
Mm-hmm. In the bank?
I thought you don't bet money.
No, not money. Things. You have to shave your head.
No. I have a role coming up.
You have to take a picture with AJ Pan wearing AJ Pan's shirt.
Oh, what about you?
What do you want?
If I win,
what do you want?
What are you willing to do? You have to put me over on commentary every chance you get.
For one show.
For one show.
Done.
What if we both lose, though?
Status quo?
I guess so, right? All right. Oh.
But have you heard, like, Vince made a lot of changes to Raw, but they were for the better, I heard.
But then I heard SmackDown was for the worse. If what I'm hearing, there's a lot of frustrations.
So I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't hear about SmackDown at all.
What I'm hearing, there are a lot of frustrations going on with these last-minute changes. Not necessarily for the better, according to backstage reports. But that's tough. We've been covering that all throughout. Moving on here, though, to NXT. We got a couple of topics here for NXT, buddy. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello. So we have this tweet here from David LaGreca.
Your boy.
Dana Brooke. Not really quite my boy. He took my job from Rick Recon.
No, it's true.
I'm a little upset about that. No, all kidding aside. David LaGreca, awesome what he does. Much love to him and the Busted Open crew. But yeah, dude. So Dana Brooke, she was on NXT, getting no love whatsoever. His tweet, wow, the NXT fans were brutal to Dana Brooke. Congratulations to Cora Jade. And yeah, awesome heel work by Cora Jade. There was obviously an injury to Dana Brooke. Was that real or was that a work?
I got the feeling it was a work, but who knows these days.
I mean, if it is work, I think great sell job by Dana Brooke.
Oh, she sold her knee, and then when Cora took her off the stretcher, she landed on her knee, no problem.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm assuming it was a work.
But then you hear the fans saying, na 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 na, hey, goodbye. As she's on the stretcher, no class whatsoever. Dana Brooke, though, going down to NXT, not getting fan reaction, no one really caring, seems like. People bashing her. July 1st cuts are coming up, buddy. Do you think this is Dana Brooke's last stand?
No. I think she's good.
I like her as well.
I think most people love Dana Brooke. How many times give Dana Brooke a chance? They gave Dana Brooke a chance. These Floridian assholes
here.
I mean, not to their defense, is they're going against the hot prospect Cora Jade. Who wants to see Cora Jade lose to Dana Brooke when Dana Brooke's already on Raw?
But you want to see Dana Brooke like get momentum. She needs to do something.
No, I agree with you.
She deserves last more.
Week. I definitely, but losing to Cora Jade, beating Cora Jade doesn't really help her. Only hurts Cora Jade. So I guess the outcome was predictable, or it was. I don't know, man. I think she got booed. I'm correcting myself. She got booed during the Battle Royal last week, 2 weeks ago. What's going on? I do not know. Everyone to this point, and as of like 4 days ago, loved Dana Brooke. They wanted to see her on TV. They wanted to see her given a chance. Well, here you go, silver platter, and they turn on her for some fucking reason.
What do you think holds more weight? Like the Twitter crowd or the fans, like in attendance? What holds more weight?
I want to say the fans, because Twitter's fickle.
Twitter is fickle. Agreed. So, like,
So here's what you do.
The fan reactions.
Embrace this. Make her heel. Embrace the hate. It's the same thing with Braun Breaker. People were booing Braun Breaker. They were chanting, "You suck." They were singing the John Cena theme song. So do this to Dana Brooke. Get her a new character. That's what she's in NXT for, right? Most people come down to NXT to revamp their character and style. Give her this badass heel character. We haven't seen from Dana Brooke in years, if ever. So embrace
the
this.
last time we saw her really be a heel was when she was with Charlotte Flair.
So this is not Last Stand. This could be a new career turn for her. Let's see what happens. Embrace it.
I don't know, man.
Put her in front of the middle of the ring. Let them shower her with booze. And just like, do your thing, baby.
I'm with you. Listen, I'm with you 100%. I love Dana Brooke. I'm a Dana Brooke fan. I want to see her succeed. I don't want to see her go. However, though, Putty, like July 1st is right around the corner. There expect to be a lot of cuts to be made. I think it will be naive of us to think that Dana Brooke is not on the cutting room floor.
Because she's done the last 3 years. She has done nothing major in the last 3 years. And she survived cut after cut after cut. Now she has some sort of Twitter notoriety, Twitter reaction. We're talking about her.
But there's plenty of people that we've talked about that got cut. I mean, Bray Wyatt's gotten cut. Braun Strowman's gotten a cut.
Well, Braun Strowman,
Braun Strowman. Yeah, but I'm saying, though, there are people talking about him. He was a champion, for Christ's sake. You know, I mean,
but they're also on a
to get cut.
bigger contract. Dana Brooke's not on a big contract, as they are. She's not a main event player. This could be her launching pad to that next stratosphere.
So who in your opinion, is going to get cut? Who do you, if not Dana Brooke, like who do you think is on the floor?
I didn't even hear about the July 1st cut. I know cuts might be coming. I didn't know July 1st was the deadline.
That's the word going around. It's July 1st.
Really?
Is expected to be doomsday here.
Let me pull up the roster here, my friend.
I don't want to see anyone get cut per se, but like, you know, it's going to happen. I'm not rooting for someone to lose their job. But I will say, if there's a time for you to get cut, I mean, there's just so many options right now. So, I mean, it's not like it was before you get cut and it's like, oh, God, what do I do?
I'm going through the roster right now. Nobody's jumping out at me like, oh, yeah, get cut. So, I mean, I don't even bother guessing here. Because, like I said, we've been surprised in the past. Like I said, Bray Wyatt,
we've been
Braun Strowman. Like, what?
The Iconics.
Love the Iconics. So, I'm trying to, unless they do Jagger Reed, the Dyad, they asked for the release. They were denied. Maybe they throw them a bone here. Then what do you do with The Rock's daughter?
She's not getting cut.
No, I'm thinking.
Although
but she's teaming with Joe Gacy.
I mean, like,
they're 4 roots, 1 tree. Take 2 roots away. Again, I don't know, man. I'm looking through this roster. No names jumping out. So we'll probably report back to you in a couple weeks, being surprised. No fucking way. That guy got released.
Yeah, it's always someone that we're shocked by, right?
There's gotta be one big name.
Watch, it's like
Piper
Alexa
Niven.
Bliss. Yeah, I could see that one.
That's it.
Which means
Riddick Moss. Emma. Bye.
Oh, no, that was so okay.
Robert Roode. Bye. I'm a Robert Roode fan.
That suck. Yeah,
but he's out with injury. I think he was out for injury for a while, then got surgery, so he's out for longer.
Dolph Ziggler probably. Bye.
No, he's a lifer.
I know, but like, you know,
Reggie.
You're dropping names that haven't been used. I mean, those are good ones, but like, there's going to be someone that's going to shock us, and I wonder who that's going to be. Someone that's been working.
Yeah, I'm going through the roster right now, my friend. I can't. Nobody of merit. Zion Quinn by. So I was going to be surprised. We're going to be surprised. Yeah. Nobody's like obviously like, oh yeah, he's not doing anything. Bye. I can't think of anybody. Should be fun.
Let's move on here, Putty. More to come there as that date looms. So more things returning from NXT. And this rivalry has been going on for quite a bit. Raw, this was also trending for a little bit here. We saw Seth Rollins coming back down to NXT. Great moment there with him and Braun Breaker. Denise Hollywood Salcedo at _Denise Salcedo. After Seth Rollins defeated Braun Breaker, Finn Balor came from behind and attacked him. Yeah, again, man. This storyline is hot. Putty, Money in the Bank again, coming on up. Who's going to win this matchup, Finn Balor or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins. Next.
Okay, let's move on.
No question. I mean, how can you think Finn Balor's going to win now? There's a formula to wrestling. We all know it since the 90s. To a go-home show, whoever gets the upper hand loses. Now, taking that aside, Seth Rollins just won. His second title defense is going to lose? No. This is the beginning of a long-term storyline. He's not losing Money in the Bank.
How poetic would it be, though, if Finn Balor wins this, huh? Like, how poetic would that be?
Eventually poetic, not next weekend. Or this
you
weekend.
Think there's no chance in hell?
No.
It's Seth Rollins all the way.
Yes.
You're so confident about this.
Very confident.
No, I mean, listen. Seth Rollins is banged up. He's hurting. I know, there's that advantage to the fact that, okay, we've seen him on the bottom here, Finn Balor on the top. The history's against Finn Balor. But hey, listen, man, they could throw a swerve any moment at us. Seth Rollins, we've seen people be one and done champions many times. Yes, Sasha Banks for one.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair has happened a couple times,
but they won it back. They weren't on the level of Seth Rollins. People were urging for them to win a champion, needing for him to win a championship. This guy has a crowd behind him. He's the hottest superstar on that roster.
You mean tell me Sasha Banks is never hot?
Seth Rollins hot? No.
Oh, wow. Okay, I think you're underestimating Sasha Banks.
No, I mean, no disrespect.
I'm not
on the level of Seth Rollins?
No. I'm not saying Seth Rollins not hot. People are getting behind Finn Balor here. Finn Balor's very much over his heels. So as a Judgment Day here. Listen.
What are we talking about here?
No, I'm not saying that. What are we talking about here? I think you bring very credible claims to the table.
Thank you.
However, I don't think it's necessarily a lock 1, 2, 3. Let's just fast forward this match because Seth Rollins is going to win. No, I think it's going to be a very good match. I think it's going to be competitive, and I think there is a chance Finn Balor could walk away with the championship here.
Agree, disagree. There's no chance you give it to Seth Rollins and lose it right away. No chance. Makes no sense. Again, have him win, and again, give him a three match story arc here. Maybe Balor wins it at SummerSlam. That's fine. I'll be happy with that. But to lose it, win it now? No, makes no sense.
Does Rhea Ripley have a match of Money in the Bank or no?
Not that I'm aware of.
So who's to say that Rhea Ripley or Dom don't get involved in this? That mess up Seth Rollins' chances. Seth Rollins, he has a number of games against him.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Becky Lynch is going to be focused on her Money in the Bank match. And the last time I checked, it doesn't seem like they're interested in bringing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins together anytime soon. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that could go wrong for Seth Rollins here. There's a lot of ways for him to lose.
Okay.
Still smug. You say I'm smug, you're smug. I'm right. I have WWE history on my side. I'm right. Get out of here.
First of all, this is a horrible impersonation of me. Not even fucking close. And I'm not saying I'm right. You could be very right. But I'm not going to sit here and argue with you when I said the same points back and forth for the last 10 minutes. All right, I can't want to repeat ourselves. Let's move on. Okay. We'll see what happens. Let's not repeat ourselves.
Okay.
Yes, let's move on now. Let's move on now, please, Marcus. That was probably good impersonation, Mark.
No, that was actually pretty piss poor.
No, I'm saying you or me.
Let's go on.
You missed a joke. That fucking ruined the joke, asshole. Oh.
I'm not here to make jokes, man. I'm here to report.
Respect.
That's what I'm here to do. Respect. What, you think we're friends now? Fuck.
I'm your best friend.
Oh man, that really hit me hard. That means I need a life. All right. Anyway.
Wild.
Moving on here, buddy, to AEW. So something interesting happened.
Before we move on, I forgot about Carmelo Hayes, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's best promo in ages. Check it out on YouTube. I know you're not a Corbin fan, but that promo was one of his best I've seen as a Corbin fan for a while. Check it out on YouTube. Let's move on to AEW, please.
All right. Going on to AEW. This is a rivalry that we've been talking about for a little bit with MJF and Adam Cole, but this just took the interesting turn. Draven at Wrestling Covers. The first team in a blind eliminator tournament is MJF and Adam Cole. What the hell? Didn't see that one coming, buddy. I have to ask you this. How do you think MJF and Adam Cole will do as a team?
Probably go to the finals.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously right on the wall. I mean, I don't know what other teams are going to create. I like this gimmick of just randomly picking tag teams, which goes against what I'm saying about...
Is that a knock at WWE, though? I didn't kind of knocking.
I didn't even think about that, but I could see how AEW Marks would say that, yes. Because we've been saying for years that we don't like randomly teams thrown together. But that's what they're doing for a whole fucking tournament?
It's pretty clever if it is like a knock on WWE.
The way they announced it, I'm like, they're going to win the championships. But like, nah, that's too stupid. But they'll probably make the finals.
AEW has a stellar tag team roster. Probably one of the best rosters for tag teams in all of wrestling at the moment. Because it's just loaded, right? There's plenty of possibilities there for different rivals and so forth. It's a complete opposite of WWE. The fact that they're doing this, I think, is fucking brilliant.
It's brilliant. I really enjoyed that.
And I love how they are doing it, right? Because we've seen random teams from before. Hell, before the New Age Outlaws were a thing, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were kind of a random team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Team Hell No was a very random team.
Most of the teams, like Two-Man Power Trip, Rated RKO, Rated RK Bro.
Well, the RKO, Rated RKO thing came together. It made sense to how they came together. You know, Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, seemed kind of thrown together, but they worked.
They made it work.
Adam Cole and MJF might work here. Like,
we had the storyline too. Was it Stone Cold and Shawn or Triple H and Stone Cold? This was a storyline in the past where two people going for the championship. I think it was more recently than that. Not in a tag team championship tournament. So I think they're going to the finals. They're going to make a big splash in this tournament. And I don't think they're going to win, but finals, I could see them going to the finals. This is a very fun, smart move on their part. And I love this concept.
I love the promo too. I love they were on the same page, yelling "Shut up, Schiavone!"
Yeah,
and I love MJF getting pissed off at the fact that he has to wrestle every week.
Yeah, because that's one of his knocks. Great character work there too, as well.
Right, that was well done. Look,
so who's Christian's partner? Is it Jungle Boy? Is it Wardlow? There's so many now. There's Blind. There's so many outcomes you can put together here. It's really a smart move.
Yeah, but then if they do everyone, it's a rival.
Well, not everyone. Not everyone.
Right.
I don't know how the brackets are. But like maybe one from each side, or one from the top, one from the bottom. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's well done.
Maybe best friends. Orange Cassidy, one of the best friends, versus one of the other best friends and somebody else.
Do you foresee? And that would be interesting as well. There's a lot of different layers.
So many concepts
with this. Yeah. It's really a brilliant move.
Smart.
Do you think Adam Cole and MJF will eventually be a dominant tag? Do you see them as far as like, you know, becoming friends or like, you know, more business associates, or do you see us eventually like progressing their rivalry?
Their rivalry, hands down. There's no chance they coordinate work together at all. Their rivalry, their next match will come off this rivalry, this storyline.
Oh, so what does that mean? That means we actually have a long-term story here.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're trying something new in AEW. Give them credit.
Wow. I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like that aspect. And it also allows MJF to defend his championship at Forbidden Door 2 against someone else that's not Adam Cole.
Yeah, what's his name? I don't remember.
I just blanked out, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at following New Japan. Sorry for...
I'm so bad at New Japan. I was so bad at it. I was at House of Glory on the 18th. The 16th last weekend. And they announced the next big name for the next show. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's this person. And they start a video package. And it goes, The Ace. Like, Ace Austin? Who is this? What is this?
Yeah, no, not Ace Austin.
And then it was like the crowd erupted. Like, I still don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know who this guy is. I feel
I
then
bad.
I see him on AEW this week for Forbidden Door. I'm like, oh, I mean, okay. I feel bad too, but I'm like, okay.
And then I also feel bad because I also don't want to butcher the names because obviously they're well known in that community. So I don't.
You're also well known for butchering names, so it's on brand for you.
I mean, I have no problem butchering a Twitter handle.
Okay, well, for the athlete, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Anywho, let's move on here. We're going to SmackDown, buddy. Not a whole lot was trending for SmackDown, but there's one person that made quite a splash here. Liv Morgan made her return. Andrew at Big Time EST. Liv Morgan getting this kind of pop after only 2 months of being off TV. I've seen enough. Have her beat Rhea Ripley for the title. # SmackDown. bold statement. You got a lot of interaction, actually, that tweet. We saw it. Liv Morgan did get a hell of a reaction. Lots of love on Twitter. Both things seem to be going hand in hand here. Do you agree with the statement that this person made, that Andrew made? Will we see Liv back in the championship fold sooner rather than later?
No, it'll be later. The main event seems too crowded. Bianca, Charlotte, Becky, now Trish, if you want to throw her here. Yeah, Bailey.
Yeah, but the
Rhea.
whole thing with the money in the bank, that lasts for a year. You know, so like,
I'm not even talking about the briefcase. We're just talking about names in the main event scene. I don't see her cracking that level again anytime soon. And the only reason she cracked it was she won Money in the Bank. And she lost it 2 months later. She's not on the level of the main event players right now. Right now. She could because she has a fan momentum behind her. She could get another fluke victory, but I don't see her anytime soon, not in 2023 at all.
Wow.
Getting a title picture at all.
But yet we see the fan reaction behind LA Knight, and we think it's his time now, though.
Yes, it's not Liv's time.
But why is it different? I feel like they gain the same type of pop, they gain the same type of reactions. It's the same. It's the same thing. I don't know why we're giving more credit to LA Knight. Do you think Liv Morgan's not there in the ring as much as LA Knight is?
Yes.
Or her charisma, or her promo, or her character. You just don't.
Oh yeah, I mean that's not even close. LA Knight's far superior than her in every aspect.
I mean, LA Knight, I would
only
say
based on
charisma-wise,
experience. He's been around the block more than she has.
Promo was, but that also goes against him. Vince McMahon didn't want him to be a wrestler based on his age, saw him more as a manager. Yeah. That came out.
Well, air quotes for those listening. Triple H is in charge. Air quotes. See what happens. But
not so much.
But LA Knight got a bigger pop than Liv Morgan did. The reason she got that big of a pop because it was a surprise she came back.
It was a surprise return. But like, I feel like generally the fans do welcome her. The fans do love her. They do get behind her. And I think she is good in the ring. LA Knight, as far as promo skills, charisma goes, I mean, not a lot of people can be in that same level as him. I think he's in a very special category all by himself there with that. So, but even without that, Liv Morgan's still getting a similar type of reaction. She's still getting a similar type of momentum. Why not? I say. You know, of course, she's got this storyline here with Raquel going against the tag team champs with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So, of course, they have to complete that arc. But who's to say that she doesn't come across looking like a hero, looking very strong in this to help put her back in that category?
Me, I say that.
Liv Morgan beat Ronda Rousey twice.
Injured Ronda Rousey. Defeated Ronda Rousey. And she barely defeated her the second time because her shoulders are pinned to the mat.
Still, a win is a win, Putty.
Coming from the manager of the current champion.
You do not like Liv Morgan.
I love Liv Morgan. I think she's a huge asset to this company. But she's not on the level of LA Knight. She's not on the level to be a main event player. She got to win the championship because there was nobody really to fill that slot. Let her be a paper champion until Ronda Rousey comes back.
I disagree, man. I think she's definitely learned a bit from that. I think she carried herself well as champion. She did a lot of appearances. She did well. And I think she's learned even more from then. She's getting better. And again, I mean, the fan reaction is there. Who's to say, like, you know, she cannot get an opportunity? I think she can get an opportunity. Will she beat Rhea Ripley is a whole other story. But that's a storyline that could sell itself right there because of their history, their past, because they were once a tag team together.
I think Raquel Rodriguez has a better chance than Liv Morgan.
Because of her size.
No, the storyline.
That makes sense.
That their rivalry in NXT was huge. They could build off that.
They can. No, they can. I agree, but they never have. I think they never really have built off storylines from NXT before.
They never had to.
There are plenty of opportunities where they could have.
They could have, yeah.
There are plenty of opportunities where they could have, but they never have.
This one is built in because they had the video package already built in. They're best friends. They came into the business together. We saw the whole storyline in NXT. Her passing the torch to Raquel. There's something about Liv Morgan that's not connecting with me. I love Liv Morgan, but I just don't see her as a champion, a long-term champion.
I think you're in the minority, buddy.
I don't think so. I do not think so. And again, I love Liv Morgan.
What's the problem? Is it her build? Like, is she like too small for you? Like, what's the deal?
I don't think it's her build because I'm a big fan of Selena Vega, and she's smaller than Liv Morgan.
Do you put Selena Vega over Liv Morgan as far as like who.
You know what?
could be in
I'm
running
going to say
be
yes because I think it's her mic work.
That's surprising.
It's her promos. I can't remember. She's not good on the mic. I can't remember solid promo she's cut. And again, I like her. I'm not shitting on her. I wish she would advance. She needs a mouthpiece. She needs a Mark Schwann in her corner. Vicious Vicky does not. Liv Morgan does. She could benefit from you more than Vicious Vicky is. She needs you in her corner. This is a compliment to both of you. I don't know if it's coming off that way. It's a compliment to you. Please take it that way.
No, I appreciate that.
She needs a mouthpiece.
Did CM Punk need Paul Heyman? Did Roman Reigns need Paul Heyman?
Yes.
No.
Roman Reigns needed Paul Heyman.
To become more over his heel, but he still has him. He could have gotten rid of Paul Heyman a long time ago already.
He could have, but it wouldn't have been so sustainable. Roman Reigns is not that great on the mic. His best promos are off script when he's talking to the camera after a beatdown. His off script promos are better than his scripted promos.
I think Roman Reigns has grown light years on the mic.
No,
since
I agree with you.
Suffering succotash promo.
His promos are great. I enjoy more his off script promos, like when he's talking to the camera, walking up the ramp, than his scripted promos. His scripted promos are aided by the Usos and Paul Heyman.
I think Paul Heyman's helped him quite a bit, but
absolutely.
He doesn't necessarily need Paul Heyman anymore. Paul Heyman and CM Punk. Paul Heyman and CM Punk were great. CM Punk didn't need Paul Heyman because he could definitely talk, whether you love or hate him. That worked. So, just the fact that Vicky can talk, I can as well, doesn't necessarily mean we can't work. We're obviously doing fine.
Oh, back to you. I'm talking about Liv Morgan still. I'm talking about you now. Okay, that's fine.
No, you threw me.
I think you would be a great manager for Liv Morgan.
Thank you. I think I'd be a great manager for a lot of people.
I think you're heads and shoulders superior. And I love this man to death. I think he's doing a great job in NXT. But Robert Stone?
Oh, wow.
I think you're better than Robert Stone. He's on the TV, you're not. It's a disgrace.
I'm blown away right now.
I think
that's all I have.
I think you deserve to be on TV, and I think you deserve to be out of BCW because I don't fucking call you matches anymore.
There it is.
Anyway, enough of that. Marcus, any go-home thoughts for you, my friend?
Dude, I just finished watching Man in the Arena with Tom Brady.
Okay.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yo, okay. All right. As a Jet fan, I could easily say the same thing. Let me tell you, I have so much more respect for this man.
That's what I heard.
I actually wound up finishing the show and turning to my wife am I a Tom Brady fan right now? I like him. I like him a lot.
Tom Brady is a great man.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about him. I listen to the radio in the mornings on the way to work. Somebody is a diehard Tom Brady fan, and he was a Bucs fan, so he cleans his pants when he came to the Bucs. So yeah, Tom Brady is not a bad man. It's just so weird how we, as a society, tend to hate people who are good at what they do.
Well, especially me and you, we share the same sentiment because he was in our division for so long and kicked our asses for so long.
Yeah.
You can't help but hate him. Being a Knicks fan growing up and hating Michael Jordan or Reggie Miller.
Oh, fuck Reggie Miller, dude. Fuck that guy.
I still can't stand him.
He was one of my go-tos in NBA Jam, but
they were so good they killed us.
Yeah.
And seeing Jordan in The Last Dance, I thought that was incredible. I never fully hated Jordan.
I don't think anybody hated Jordan.
Not as much as I did with Reggie Miller. You know what I didn't like with Brady and the Patriots? That even after all those wins, they still considered themselves or still acted like they were the underdogs. Dude, you're not.
No.
You're very much not. I think that's what rubbed me the wrong way about them. On top of them shellacking us so many times.
Speaking of the greatest of all time, randomly, I was scrolling through Instagram today, and ESPN Films or ESPN something, ESPN NFL, posted about how great Dan Marino was.
Okay.
And it was a quote I asked my dad how great Dan Marino was. He was a ball slinger or whatever it was. I forgot the term he used. And they'll posted 6 clips of Dan Marino throwing pinpoint accuracies and beautiful dimes. 2 of them were 4th and longs. And they were touchdowns. 4 of the 5 clips were against the Jets.
Yeah, well, that's about right.
So I sent a picture. I sent that to my friend who I talk football with. And fuck, look at this. 4 of the 5 clips against the Jets, fucking Herbs. And he goes, yes, I agree with you, but 3 of those 4 clips are the same game from the fake punt game. Whoever made this is a
fake spike.
Is a loser. I mean, yeah, fake spike. You're right. Is a loser. Dan Marino has so many better clips than these, and he rattled me off some. He sent me some YouTube links. and one of them was against the Patriots. They were down. Dan Marino threw almost 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, unheard of at that time. I'm like, what a monstrous stats! What great game he had, man. And I told him, but it just sucks that they were still losing. The clip you showed me was a game winner and 2 minutes left. They were still losing. He had those numbers and he was still losing. Ugh. Fucking A.
Yeah, Dan Marino, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, he was a great quarterback. It's just, again, he was
right now
on a team that was my rival.
Yeah, right now, he would be multiple time Super Bowl champion. Again, the game evolves. The game's different now. It's just
the game is so different now. What's crazy though? I was watching clips. They showed of Patrick Mahomes in the same doc, right? Patrick Mahomes is a way better football player or athlete, I should say, and quarterback than Tom Brady.
Really?
Ever was. Okay. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes just throws a way better ball. He's an incredible athlete. But, Tom Brady, like, it's just his ascension up the ranks. I mean, like, he's just such a hard worker. And he's a great teammate. Like, he just rallies people. And a great leader, I should say. Not to say he sucks at football or he's a bad quarterback. Obviously far from it. Like, he knows how to get the job done. He knows how to make the right throws and read the defenses very well. But it was just crazy to watch how, obviously Tom Brady, I think, is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. But I think Patrick Mahomes could definitely surpass him so long as longevity holds up.
Would he be the LeBron?
I think that's fair to say. I think that's very fair to say that you put Patrick Mahomes in the LeBron level right now.
So who's Kobe?
Oh, good question.
Thank you. It's a question. It's an answer for another day.
Who's Kobe? Peyton Manning, maybe.
There you go. That's your fucking answer. Good job, dude. Nice. Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Anyway, we feel like talk all night. There's so much stuff I want to talk about. I'm still ready to talk about this fucking submission. There's so much I want to talk about. I saw a YouTube clip of this guy who went on the same mission like 2 weeks prior, but it failed. Anyway, whatever. Claustrophobia setting in. It's just, how do you seal a submarine from the outside with no way for them to get out? What if they were floating on the surface? They would still die because there's no way to fucking get out. Let me calm down. Mark Schwann, where can people find you on social medias?
Oh, you can go to my website, yourfavoriteactor.com. All my social media links are in there, along with clips of this show, interviews, so forth. Follow us at Shot of Wrestling, all forms of social media. We have a YouTube page as well. We can watch this whole podcast thing go down. You can check us out in all forms of podcasting and where we're broadcast on there as well. Rate us, comment, tell us what you like about us, tell us what you don't like about us. Give us a rating. Give us some stars. Ideally 5, but whatever you prefer.
Tell us who you want us to interview.
Yes.
Again, me and former co-host Greenman would interview local talents here, and somebody said interview Sammy Guevara, and that led us to outside the tri-state area. So, and we're always down to discover new talent, so please let us know who you want to interview there. Mark Schwann, how about if you're free tomorrow night, you want to jump off the top of the Empire State Building?
Without any protection?
No, of course not. Wow, that's stupid. That's for girls.
Right. I'm not a billionaire, though.
Yeah, stupid that sounds. You got stupid that sounds, right?
Yeah.
For Mark Schwann, I have been your host at MJF Putty. Stay tuned for a shot of BCW to recap everything that was BCW Summer on Smash, a tribute to Mama Pan right here, wherever you're listening to us. Putty out.
Hey, baby, I hear the bell ringing, hip tosses and body slams. Oh, my. And maybe you seem a bit confused, yeah, baby, but I got you pinned. Ha, 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 ha. But I don't know what to do when I see them with that golden case. They're cashing it in. Authority all in my face. What is a man to do? Good night, everybody.